Academia.
Hello and welcome to episode 114 of the My Hero Academia podcast. I'm Kendra, and today with me we have a returning guest, Hovin. Say hi, Hovin.
Hi.
Glad to have you on. And we also have, as per usual, James.
Hi.
And Gary.
Hi, everybody.
Yay.
My voice kind of cracked when I said that.
Aw. But today we're actually going to be going through the last 3 or so chapters of Vigilantes, because there's no new chapter this week. But before we do that, we're going to jump a little bit into the news. There isn't a super lot, mainly that Horikoshi is still drawing the 2 kids from Hero Rising, except the little girl, Maharo, is kind of brainwashing Bakugo for some reason. It's a cute
that child needs a minder.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. She needs a Eraserhead. Eraserhead will just stare at her and be like, nice try. No.
Oh my god. I don't think it's funny. It's just
spin off about Eraserhead. Spin off about Eraserhead trying to take care of both her and Eri at the same time.
Yes. We just keep giving him new children. The ultimate dad.
What I was saying earlier is I like that Bakugo is like his drooling. It's just so funny.
I was so confused until apparently it's like they did the translation that she's basically putting one of her illusions directly into his mind and controlling him. But I really love that shot because it looks very much like what kids would do. Like, I like her arm holding on so he doesn't fall, and her brother like kind of clinging to Deku's hair. It's very, very cute. And then we get horny drawing! Or I guess it's not really horny. It's kind of a cute moment between Mountain Lady and her boyfriend, Kamui Woods.
Yes.
But mainly, she big!
Yep.
Yeah, I feel like Horikoshi summed it all up. It's a huge Mountain Lady.
Yeah, I think it said that the kanji was also huge or something like that.
Huge!
I know I think Caleb tweeted that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not sure.
Nice. And I think there was a little bit of 2 Heroes news for the game. Or 1 Justice, whatever the game's called. 1 Justice.
Yes. I don't know if I was going to talk or Gary was going to talk about it.
I don't know who wants to talk about it.
Okay. Do you want to go, Gary? Since you played 1 Justice too.
Yeah, since I actually play. But yeah, we announced last time that Mei Hatsume is the next DLC character, but we didn't have gameplay until now, a few days ago. That was released, so it looks pretty cool. I don't know if James wants to elaborate a little, though.
No, I just find it interesting that they were able to give her like a really good moveset, just because, like, you know, she mostly uses support items.
Right.
So
she can.
Yeah,
she uses them obviously in combat. I like the.
Yeah, it's always cool when fighting game tie-ins manage.
I felt bad that Ida was the one being abused in the video, though.
Well, you know.
Yeah.
They're keeping it, you know, tied to the anime. So.
That's what I was thinking.
Wasn't our complaint last time that she wasn't fighting Ida or something?
Yeah, that was my complaint because she was fighting Ochako, but there's that like bizarre love triangle, not even a love triangle between her and Midoriya and Ochako. So. I like the ending too, where she's like fixing that boot in like her fighting or her victory pose.
Yeah, no, it's always really cool when like the fighting game tie-in can get really creative with the support characters' movesets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice. I guess like what is she using? Like her hover boots? Like, is she using her support tools in her moveset?
Basically, yeah. I'm trying to watch the video here again, but I know she uses like some straps or something to like bring herself closer to an enemy, and then like she does like a spin attack, but it ends up making her dizzy in the moveset, which I love.
Oh yeah, it's kind of like Denki when he does his like biggest blast or whatever. He'll be in idiot mode for a couple seconds.
Yeah, well, she uses her like a jetpack to get in the air.
That's cool. And if you aren't able to get 2 Heroes and it sounds interesting, you definitely check out Kyle Phillips and some of the other English voice actors will do like streams of them playing the game. So it's kind of a cool way to see. That's how I don't have the game, but I watch them play sometimes, and I'm like, I kind of understand.
I might jump on. I might jump on board that. That sounds fun.
Nice. And I think the voice of Eraserhead has like a Discord, and I don't know if you have to pay or if it's just random that you can actually like fight him as well.
You fight Eraserhead.
Yes. I don't really know how good they are. I've only watched a little bit, but it's definitely pretty cool.
Get pretty serious on stuff. They used to do the Dragon Ball Fighters tournaments. They did one last year where Chris Sabat and Sean Shamel, they both fought as their respective characters, and like I think Chris Sabat was more serious about it. So he like trained really hard and like beat him pretty good.
Nice. I loved that one. I think I watched that purely because. Actually, no, I shouldn't say this on a podcast.
Yeah, anyway, it's not.
No, they're very nice. I like both of them. It's not anything bad. It's embarrassing for me. So they're both good. Let's segue. Don't cut that out because it's funny. People can wonder. But now we're going to segue into Vigilantes. And I know, Hovin, I think you've touched on it a little bit last time you were on. But is there anything that you wanted to highlight for Vigilantes that you maybe didn't get to say last time?
Yeah, I think we were in the middle of the Captain Celebrity arc the last time that I was on. That's probably my favorite arc of it so far. I really liked how that one ramped up, and I thought like the moment with Tsukauchi calling All Might over to save his sister was a really impactful moment. The Aizawa stuff was really, really good. This arc I've been a bit more mixed on so far. So yeah.
Nice. I guess for this arc, it's definitely. I think this arc might be my favorite, just because I guess it's a lot more actiony and like that.
Right.
I don't know, but.
Mine is Knuckle Duster versus the Bee.
Oh yeah.
I can't get any better than that. That's so good.
James?
I was like, I just like the Thomas the Train Engine one. Because it's so ridiculous.
We get
ridiculous.
We did get a little.
Yeah, that also had the Crab Girl in it.
Oh
yeah,
she's funny.
Crab Girl's the best. I think 81 we get the train, and I was like, what is that abomination?
I loved it. They're just eating lunch. It's so good.
But to jump into it, we can talk a little bit about episode 80, Who's the Villain, which is kind of cool because it shows the three, like, kind of main characters of it. Endeavor, Koichi, and guy who's awesome, whose name I forget. I thought he was the bad guy.
No, he's the guy who was training Koichi up beforehand.
You're right, yeah. But in the background, we get, like, the eye of the evil guy.
He's one of the many reformed villains in this series.
He's my favorite one. I just don't remember his name.
I like the two brothers. They're funny.
Nice.
Three
I was
brothers.
like, Praying Mantis Man is my favorite.
Mm-hmm. And it's cool that we kind of get to see the cooldown effects for Endeavor, because I think I've complained about that before, about why Endeavor just didn't have like an ice pack or something. And now we see that he did.
He has a whole team just.
People who hose him down, or it's like ice beams or something. It's fun to see All Might's best friend interact with other people.
Yeah.
I was gonna say like the cooldown team. I wonder if they yell like Arnold Schwarzenegger's Iceman with "Chill out."
I thought you were gonna say they're gonna go ice, ice, baby as they approach. There's like the chorus.
Endeavor's just like, you guys are one ice pun away from being fired.
Literally. Oh.
And Endeavor is just like, I'm gonna incinerate everything, and it's like, really? You're just gonna murder people? And also, it's very funny. Even Endeavor pronounces the star in Pop Step's name. How?
Pop Step is a registered trademark. That's why it shows up like that.
I wonder, like, when this gets an anime, it has to get an anime or like an OVA or something. It's gonna be like Pop Step, ting, star.
That's what I'm assuming.
That's for effect. just want to say I completely called Compass Dude doing a pointing thing, which is very dramatic. It made me very happy.
It also made me very sad.
Yes, I really liked him, and it's kind of interesting because we see like the Overclock 2.0 has very much like two sides to him, where like kind of drastically switches when like how he interacts with people, which is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And it's but I don't know. I don't think it's.
Yeah, he seems really unhinged, and he's just like super casual about it. He's just like, oh damn, you seem like a nice bloke. I'm gonna have to kill you now.
He has to kill like the best dad in the world.
Yeah.
I love Compass Kid. They're like
James called it the last time with like everything was foreboding related to Compass Kid.
Yeah, Compass Kid major death flags.
Yeah. I'll also say that we didn't when he was like evil, he had a gun and he was shooting down heroes.
Yeah. And it's like, oh my god. That's scary.
I thought it was like a major. I know this is like the last chapter, I think, but it was like a major misstep for me. Instead of when they call O'Clock, or they named the character O'Clock 2 instead of 2 o'clock, that would have been like
Maybe that's why we're just finding out he's a piece of crap, because like he can't even come up with a good name.
Yeah.
And it is funny that he is like a little bit musical himself when he's like, "Is open up an escape route for a dear little pop," or there's a little music note after it.
Yeah.
He's shooting people. I think it's good that like the heroes kind of do question like, wait, he is helping us, but dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
I do want to comment on page 5 of chapter 80, that bottom panel where Compass Kid is looking at that explosive bee. I really like the effect they used there, where he's out of focus in the back and the bee is clear.
Oh yeah.
That is very neat, and definitely like I love different uses of kind of like trying to go kind of like having it be a camera, like the cinematic.
Different angles.
It adds depth.
Yeah. Hovin, did you have any thoughts on chapter 80?
It made me very sad about Compass. That he seemed like a good dad.
Yeah.
And it was kind of interesting that like 6 kind of called him out, saying like, that really ticks me off, and like you're half-assing it, and like you don't think about your wife and kids. And Compass is like, yeah, I do. Like, what are you talking about? But he still gets like, what is he basically gets punched like into nothing. He kind of like, we just see his like finger still pointing, j'accuse.
Yeah, we actually don't see his body get destroyed. We just see his arm like. But I'm pretty sure he's a goner.
Did his arm come off?
Brutal.
Did his arm come off?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Is it disembodied?
It is. It looks like. I didn't realize that.
It splats.
Ugh.
So, for anyone that may not read Vigilantes, basically Compass Kid would say something and he could point in the direction of that thing, and so when he talked about the bad guy or the villain, he points at the mystery villain, O'Clock, and so finds out who he is, so that's why he gets killed off.
Yeah. And like mystery villain though could have easily just been like, oh, he's behind, he's in this direction. Because I guess Compass Kid doesn't know it's him. It just points direct. So he kind of like overreacted a little.
Yeah.
I think he made the connection though.
Yeah, I guess Compass Kid's not stupid.
Yeah. He should have played stupid at least. They must be in this building.
Yes, then he would still be alive.
Yeah. He could still be alive, he's just lost an arm.
That's my hope,
he's
honestly.
Lost the thing that he can use to do his quirk. That could be
he can use the other arm. Or spin around and point with his foot.
But he was close to retirement, so if he did lose his arm and then he can't do hero work, I mean, he might as well just retire.
Well, I guess this was just the direction his story was going.
Boo! That was good. Are you ready to talk about chapter 81?
Yep.
Nice. I think 81 is my favorite, just because I love the kind of flash forward and I really love the song and legit like got it stuck in my head, even though we don't have like songs for it. Like,
oh yeah.
Even though I did like that Caleb, the translator, you can follow him on Twitter at CDCubed, was like, I hope she dies, so I don't have to write any more, translate any more songs. And I was like, that's savage, because I guess like you kind of have to like rewrite it so it like flows nicely.
Yeah. It's like it's like whoever had to translate Killer Bee in Naruto, who had to take all of his lines, match up, and also rhyme.
I want to comment.
Mm-hmm.
I want to comment on that cover page. Like, Koichi has never looked this handsome. Like, what?
I like his
manly,
t-shirt.
I should say.
Oh, is it an All Might shirt? I just got
I
that.
want that. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I thought it was a bunny. I was so confused. And also I read Pop as Bop, so I was like, Bebop. I guess Pop is also music.
Bop.
Bop, bop, bop. Definitely. And okay, I don't understand. So in this weird flash forward, do you think, is he a pro hero in this imaginary future? Or are they because like they get notified, or are they at their own house? And it's just because there's like water closet. I'm just confused.
Well,
yeah.
She does say, like, he's like getting dressed to go do some crime fighting, and she says, I thought you retired from this.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, it shows different stages of their lives. So I think that is just them a bit older than they are now as a couple.
Mm-hmm.
And then with the daughter, they're a bit older. And then later on.
Yeah, I like how regular Tsukichi looks.
Yeah. Because I would almost say yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, he's rocking the dad cut.
Yeah. I would say that they're almost maybe not together in the first one, especially because, well, you can count on me for a meal, and she kind of blushes. So maybe, and then like they have a kid, and it's so cute.
They have 2 kids apparently.
That's the ending of every other shonen.
Yes, you're right. I don't know. And then like their daughter going to school, and I don't know. It's just. It breaks my heart because I was confused at the first one because I was like, wait, is this like a flashback just like that happened? And I was like, wait, fuck, no. And the question is, does the bee quirk make bees, or does it have to like find bees and make them part of their bee army?
I feel like it must.
I have no idea.
That just occurred to me where I was like, won't she run out of bees?
Maybe they get local hives.
We get a special bee generator.
I was wondering, like the queen bee like births the other bees or something.
I think you're probably right.
I will say my favorite part of these flash forwards is like leaving the restaurant with like Thomas the tank engine and the dog tank engine like eating dinner together.
I was looking at that and I was like, what is happening?
And then the other thing too, like one of the brothers, like he's the maitre d' or whatever at the top left. He reminds me of the guy from Simpsons and everything.
Oh, okay. I think they call him the guy that says yes or something like that. Like that's his actual like character name.
I think they call him Yes Man.
Ooh. And I really love the like. And every time you glimpse a sunset, you'll remember the girl you couldn't save. And the funny thing is, it plays into like next chapter as well, a little bit, where that kind of is
It also kind of subverts what it seemed like it was going for in the earlier chapter when she was like she was bleeding and she was sort of manically staring out the window like, I'm gonna make sure you never forget me. And I was wondering, it's like, is she going the Yandere route? And it's like, no, she means like you're gonna associate this with my death. Yeah. Pretty much.
Ugh. And I don't know, it's really cool kind of playing with and subverting it as well. And I really love the moment when she's like tears up and calls out to him, and then Mr. Asshole decides to fuck it up. And I almost like want to go back and reread like kind of the beginning or like when they join the department store thing, because I'm like, is it him still this entire time, or did he replace the original dude?
I don't know.
I think it was him the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
I just started noticing, and when we got the big reveal, so I can't really help.
Mm-hmm. But I just like love the action of this chapter, and kind of again Endeavor being like, once the cooldown is over, I'm gonna go frame everything. It's like, okay, you get it.
The ticking Endeavor clock. And Koichi using the grappling hook was awesome. I really like seeing, as far as the action front, just seeing the ways that they use his powers and they enhance them in little ways is really neat. It's probably the highlight of these chapters for me.
Yes. It definitely makes all that kind of training we got before pay off, and it feels earned. That it's not just like, oh, he's suddenly able to do this. It's like, no, first he sucked at the grappling hook. Did we have anyone else on 81?
I think the cliffhanger of her getting shot was kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that.
Ugh. And I guess like it kind of plays with because it is a different gun we learn, or it's a B bullet. But I wonder, the one that he shot the heroes with was probably real bullets?
Yeah, I don't know. And then the way the bullet looks, it honestly looks exactly like the Quirka racing bullets. So I thought for a second, I was like, there's no way. I was just like, there's no way that's the same bullet.
It's a little confusing, because it's like, there are all kinds of bullets. And it's like, what's happening? Because I almost thought it would be the Rager one, the one that made you stronger. And then you kind of go like, you lose it.
Wait, is that the trigger drug, or is that is trigger the drug that is the erasure one?
Trigger's a separate one. So there's trigger that makes you kind of really strong, quick erasing, and then there's a third bullet that's the B bullet that kind of. It's a little confusing. There's a lot of both.
Right. Literally, yeah. For the longest time, I thought the trigger bullet was just the kaiju bullet.
I know. I was like, no. They were just And also, there's a fourth bullet, normal bullets.
See, I know this is the last arc, but I feel like they could totally go for another one where they just have a villain who's kind of like Kraven the Hunter from Spider-Man, and just has all of these different kinds of bullets for like either hunting down heroes or getting them on his side.
I don't want it to end either. Like, I think it would be really cool to kind of, I want him to be a pro hero or something. But on that note, do we want to talk about 82? Unless there's anything else for 81, sorry.
I was just gonna add to your. I was just gonna add to your comment. Like, it would be amazing for this series to end, and then like all hell breaking loose in the main series, and then at the cliffhanger being the Crawler stepping forward and be like, I'm here, or something like that. That would be amazing.
He makes his debut. He gets folded into the main series. That could be cool.
We got an email. We got a message about that we'll get to maybe at the end. But for 82, it's just really cool to kind of see him step up, and Koichi not listening to 6 at all is hilarious. It's just so funny to me. But I don't understand 6, because 6 is already a hero. So he just wants to become a hero again.
Yeah, it's really weird.
And also, okay, the thing is, though, in this world, to be a pro hero, you need to pass a test, and they register and all that shit. So they're gonna be like, hey, O'Clock, you're a vigilante? Like, unless you're registered, or maybe like, oh, you're so awesome, let's register you right away.
That or he changed his identity? I have no idea.
Or he's just like, I'm Rock, but I rebranded. And I have the same quirk as a hero who's already registered.
I will say, although obviously Horikoshi doesn't handle this, Clock 2's design, it's very in keeping with that sort of Western comics influence. Like he looks like Nightwing if he had the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yes.
I thought the same thing, yeah.
Yeah. I really love the kind, like, the eye mask. Even though that is, like, we do see it in in, like, the main series, it does feel very, like, Western. And I think even to the point of him, like, carrying Pop Step, I think Caleb, again, pointed that out, being, like, it's kind of, like, almost a kind of reference to him carrying somebody, I forget who, but my brother is, like, obsessed with Nightwing, so this makes me very happy. And I guess I kind of don't really like that Koichi's able to, like, dodge O'Clock, which is, like, super speed, because he's able to, like, move his situation a little bit. I was like, what? And also,
it clearly seems like there's some sort of new aspect to his quirk, with the force fields near his feet changing. Though considering that he runs into Endeavor at the end anyway, it would have been kind of nice if we'd gotten more of boost of a clock gaining on him. More of a sense that he couldn't keep it up forever. But yeah.
And Endeavor is finally doing something. Well, I guess he did a flame tornado. He literally did have to cool down. It makes sense. But I'm just like, what? Are you gonna kill literally everyone? Like, what? I'm just like, I don't know. Because, like, I don't like Endeavor, but I also don't want to see him burn too innocent and then brainwashed person. I don't know.
He's one of those characters where it's like, I don't like him as a person, but the series will often do really interesting things whenever he pops up, so I'm always sort of glad to see him.
Yeah. And it's kind of cool that kind of subverts that here, where, like, we're glad to see him, but we're also, like, worried.
Yeah.
I just want to know more about O'Clock 2's motivation.
It just seems weird. And then there's that panel too of him, like, where he really wasn't singing, but he said something about nailing his whole routine and stuff, and, like, why does he seem so amateurish? Like, if he's already a pro hero, I don't know. I
guess he's probably a pretty low level hero, and maybe he wants to, like, infiltrate it, because he's basically working for All for One. Right? Or else he got his quirk from All for One and all of his quirks. And either he's just a freewheeling agent and causing trouble. I don't know.
Yeah, it'd be nice if there was, like, some grounding to his motivation besides he's just crazy.
Yeah. I guess my fear is maybe the opposite of what you guys were saying, is that maybe if he shows up in the current series or something as still a hero, that would be terrifying. But I doubt that would happen, because, like, that would be a very depressing end to Vigilantes. Everyone dies except for the villain dude. So I doubt that'd happen, but I don't know. I've definitely grown. These characters have all really grown on me, which I'm, like, really surprised by.
I was gonna comment on what James was saying. I know it was a little while ago now, but where he says, "Did I nail that whole routine or what?" I think that's in reference to him masquerading as the manager. You know, just the entertainment industry in general. It's my guess, anyway.
Or kind of, like, matching the trope. Or, like, because they'll eat up with a spoon, so he's definitely kind of playing the role of a hero. I'm trying to see, when did he say, I think that's when he was acting. Like, he was kind of like, I'm a hero, and then he kind of, like, then goes into, like, what he was doing. When does he say the routine thing? What page, sorry?
That's on page 8 of 82 on the top panel.
I see it's buying time for the drug to kick. Oh, page 8 is the other one. Oh, did I nail that routine or what? Oh, I guess it's he's kind of, like, acting as a hero. So he's like, the villain is you, and I'm gonna swing in and save the day, and kind of, like, the hero pose that you'd expect. So he's like, He is very manic, like the way he's kind of jumping back and forth hyperly. It's very, I don't know.
Yes.
I love him because he creeps me out. And like he's like a really fascinating villain, which I love.
And I do want to also comment on the top right of page 11.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen this hero before, but it's like totally Baymax and Vigilantes.
Yeah, big round robot man.
Yeah, with emoji for a face, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I appreciate seeing how much Koichi has evolved over time. I wonder, what do you guys think Endeavor will do? Do you think he'll be taken out of commission again? Or will O'Clock have to kind of play nice with Endeavor?
Yeah, I feel like whatever happens, I hope it doesn't just boil down to, and then Endeavor beats him, and that's easily resolved. I feel like Koichi needs to have some kind of involvement.
I think Endeavor's gonna die in this arc. No.
It's been actually O'Clock all along.
Dun dun dun.
Gosh.
Guys, and then just in the main series, in the more recent chapter, he just like Infinity War dissolves.
It's Back to the Future.
I will say
he does consider everybody villains instead. Like he doesn't acknowledge the vigilantes as vigilantes.
Yeah, that would explain his like change in like character if he's actually a different person. At the top. Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say at the top of page 20, like this is the thickest Endeavor has ever looked.
I know he's chunky.
Yeah,
he looks like a Funko Pop.
Yeah, he's kind of.
Or he looks like
half chibi.
He looks like the doll that oh my god. Chicken Man. Hawks.
Oh, Hawks.
Chicken Man? What?
I couldn't remember his name. I was like, he has a wing. But I was like, what's his fucking name? But that Hawks had. What was I thinking? Sorry, no problem. Endeavor, I wonder how smart he is. Like, if he will be able to spot the flaws in Overclock. He might just be like, you're not a hero, because like he might just be like, I wonder if he would recognize him as Rock even. But because I feel like Overclock is very quick to switch gears if he realizes he's caught. Mm-hmm. So Endeavor even like slightly doubting him might cause him to flip.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. Like he's gonna like believe him at first and then see a couple like chinks in the armor and kind of figure it out, because we have seen in the main title where he figured out like Hawks' coded message, as obvious as it was, but he figured everything out and had a plan pretty quick.
Yeah.
I could definitely see the angle of like perhaps Overclock barely gets away from Endeavor but sustains some injury so that it puts him and Koichi on a bit more of an even playing field.
Mm-hmm.
They want to go that route.
Mm-hmm. And it's interesting because like Koichi's goal here is to get away, basically.
Yeah.
So I wonder if maybe like he'll be able to drop Pop off with the helper people and then he'll turn around and it'll be kind of a three-way fight or something.
Yeah. I guess to go into why I was initially quite mixed on this arc. I wasn't really sure about the like the mind control as the central conflict of the arc at first, but I feel like these chapters I sort of have improved my view on this aspect, because so I was initially not sure about like the mind control aspect of it with Popstep, but these chapters sort of they did improve on that for me, and that like you get the sense that she is acting on her actual feelings and emotions. It's just being, you know, boosted by this mind control. So it's not like she's totally having her agency removed.
Because I think that kind of showed when she was like kind of bleeding and like by the window, and also like the flashback of her wanting to be a performer rather than a hero. it's like all the negative aspects, or like the parts that are kind of negative, like really accentuated by the bees or like the drugs that are going in. I'm just really curious if maybe we'll actually see more of the bee quirk, because the bee quirk is a different person, or is it just the quirk? Because I remember that because there's like the queen bee that whatchamacallit, Knuckle Duster like tried to kill. I mean, is it just a quirk or is it a person?
Yeah, no, I guess I just understood it to be like the queen bee itself is the quirk user, you know? Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Or any other thoughts on it? I'm also trying to think, do you think Knuckle Duster will come back in this arc, or do you think he's just gone?
It would be nice if he did, I think.
It sounded like it'd be nice if he's dead, but he said if it's not, it'd be nice if he did.
I was like, oh god, no.
Died off screen. No. I think just because he was one of the key characters at the start of the series, it would be nice for him to pop up again, but I could see them just saving him for like an epilogue chapter or something.
He has to be.
Yeah, I feel like he'd be back because he is, like, his arch nemesis is the bee. So, I don't know, he knows it the best. I want him to come back and be like, and they'll be like, Knuckle Duster. He's like, no, call me the Exterminator, or something like that.
Terminator.
He's like, I don't like sequels. Boom, I'm Overclock. Because I like, my favorite part of like the recent bit, or maybe like last arc, I guess, was when he like played the method super fast and like knew how to fight someone who had his quirk. Which is really cool.
Woo.
But I don't know, I definitely find 6 really interesting. Maybe partially because he kind of maybe leads into like how Shigaraki is now, as well as 9. He's 6, right? Or is he 7? I think he's 6. I'll take it as he's 6. Yay. Koichi, I don't know. It definitely does feel like it's ending, and it is ending. It's just a matter of like how bittersweet the ending will be.
Yeah, because I know the mangaka has cited influences like Watchmen and stuff, and clearly takes influence from comics that have that darker angle, but I don't know if he wants to lean too hard into the tragic element of it or not.
It might be like 6 is defeated and like All for One shows up and it's like, I cannot have you spreading my knowledge to the world, and like killing him. And so then everyone's like, what happened? I feel like Pop and Koichi have to be okay. Like, they have to be. I don't care.
Yeah.
They're not gonna die. Let them retire in peace. Like, it's all I want. But it'd be really cool if, like, I don't know, Koichi's the one who died and Pop has to, like, carry on. Because it's definitely playing with those tropes and, like, kind of your expectations of, like, or what typically happens in hero stories.
Yeah. It definitely doesn't seem like Pop's gonna be the one to die, just because the death flags are too obvious, and that's what she's trying to do.
And do we have any other predictions maybe for how it will end? Do we want to talk? We got a comment which is kind of a prediction on what they think might happen.
Yeah, go ahead with the comment, I'd say.
Sure. We got this from @Pongzilla, who said, I'm predicting that Koichi will show up in the main title now if the villains win. He and possibly Pop, Step, will... He did an actual star, but I don't know how to say it. Pop Star Step. Yeah, it's good. I appreciate it. I just find it funny. Will teach the students how to work more like vigilantes because they are going to have to move underground with AU High. And I think we kind of touched on that a little bit. But... because we definitely also have gotten, like, Shirakomo, which makes it more likely that would happen. But I feel like it would just be one of them. And, like, it would be kind of cool if maybe Eraserhead introduces them to him. And, like, it's Pop Step who we see, and she's like, let me show you the ropes. But but I guess the villains winning, I don't want it to be like Harry Potter, where they like go camping.
Yeah, I feel like that's at the very least, if you want to pull that card, maybe save that for third year.
Yeah, but I guess I think some people have been on. I think Jay Pryor has said like there might be a time skip or something, and I think that's or maybe he said it's ending, but I feel like there might be a time skip coming just because Deku is not on the same level as Shigaraki right now at all.
No.
So I don't know.
And we do have like some unsolved mysteries within it. Like, for example, like the past users and Deku awakening all the quirks and stuff like that.
I still feel like he's going to unlock Float or something. So,
yeah, that might be this. That might be this arc.
But I think it'd also be cool if it wasn't. If it was just a random quirk and then it kind of like goes out of control like Black Mist did or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Black Whip?
Black Whip.
Black Whip.
I was like, Black Mist? I was like,
I don't know.
I had to think for a second.
Because that was like one of my favorite chapters. Or I guess not of all time, but like of that arc. Because it was a really good arc, but then all of a sudden it like switches and it's like terrifying. So, but I guess
when you find out about the previous vestiges and the 6 powers for yeah.
That was definitely a big moment to me, like learning that he had those other powers in store.
And I know a lot of people didn't like it, and I was kind of about it. So maybe a time skip would make me like it more, but maybe I would like it more if we actually like see him learning to use it rather than be like, now 2 years later he can do all of it.
I think for me it's all in the execution. It's because it could add a lot of cool variety to his fighting style, and that can be really neat. But it's if they give him some super overpowered abilities and just clump them together, that will be kind of boring. So yeah.
What I want is an Age of Villains arc, and then like Deku traveling the world to find like the in hiding heroes with similar quirks to what he's learning. So kind of like Avatar, the Last Airbender, where he learns how to use all the other quirks from the masters. That'd be amazing.
I was thinking Deku being the Avatar.
Avatar state, yip.
Okay, so basically, yeah, I like the idea that perhaps as a result of the battle, the pro heroes would have to retreat, and Shigaraki, where he is, kind of sets up a city-state with like a big wall around it, and and that becomes like a tension in the world in the setting going forward.
It'd be funny if kind of like more international heroes came as well to help deal with it, and maybe we'll get like a Captain Celebrity cameo.
Yes.
Which would be so funny.
Yes.
Come back, Captain Celebrity.
Because I guess, okay, here's the question. Who from Vigilantes do you most want to come over to the main series, besides Shirkomo?
Captain Celebrity. And
Crab Girl.
Oh, yes! I love her, because she's like undercover, and she's really practical, but then she's just like, also, I must crab. Gary, who do you most want to come over?
I love Knuckle Duster so much. Like,
oh yeah.
I'm basic.
I'm trying to think. Knuckle Duster would be cool because he can maybe like teach Deku about like fighting without quirks, which I know like it's something people rag on My Hero a little bit for, that Deku isn't Batman, but I guess it wouldn't really make sense for him to be Batman. But I kind of like that idea. I'm stuck between like Koichi and Pop Step. I'm kind of leaning towards Pop, but I feel like it's gonna be Koichi. There was just screaming children in the background.
Yeah,
the screaming children don't want Koichi in the main series.
My neighbors have a pool, so they go nuts.
Yay!
Actually, I kind of do agree with Kendra. I would like to see Koichi too. Like, that'd be good.
He's kind of like he's the main character. We can have him show up and be like, back back in my day, because I guess he's fought. If he actually kind of has a proper fight with Six, he'd be like, I fought this before, so let me tell you how to handle it, or something. Or what I really want is I want Overclock. I want the bad guy to show up. I know he's probably gonna die.
God, he could have like a really emotional scene with Ida where he's like, I saw your brother on the job, he was great, or something like that.
Oh, Koichi.
Yes.
Oh, that would be cute. I love seeing Ida's brother, but I mean, like, I just want, I don't know, I want the bad Six to meet Shigaraki and be like, and then like have him glare at each other, and Chiki just kills him. It's like, no, I'm the better model, because that's what he did. Oh wait, I shouldn't say. Okay.
This is a movie spoiler, I guess.
Yes, but I don't know. It's Vigilantes is. I like, okay, if you're somehow got this far and you haven't read Vigilantes yet, read Vigilantes. It's good. But any other parting thoughts on Vigilantes? Or I guess we want to predict in what chapter it'll end on?
Chapter 100.
Oh, that's a good one. Hovin?
I'm going to call 91 a bit of a weird off number.
Gary?
I'm trying to think of like a My Hero significant number.
I thought you were gonna go by Price is Right rules and be like chapter 101, and I'd be like, bastard. No.
Yeah, go over by one. Chapter 420. Woo! No.
No, the last arc just randomly goes on for like 100 chapters for no reason.
Looking at you, Bleach.
For Gintama, when it's like, this is the last arc, and then just like kept going.
My guess is 99.
99. Ooh. I'm trying to think. I'm gonna say 102. Just because I think it'll maybe be really dramatic at 100, and then kind of like cool down chapters or something, and end on 102.
Yeah. 101 will introduce the Dalmatians.
Yeah, I want a Dalmatian quirk now.
I thought we did see a quirk that looked like a Dalmatian, or I'm imagining it in my head.
Like a firefighter.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like maybe, or I was thinking maybe one of Endeavor's cooldown crew was a Dalmatian, but I don't think so.
That would be amazing.
Add it in the anime. I'm surprised this hasn't got an anime yet.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe they'd announce an anime between seasons 4 and 5 or something. Especially since season 5 might cover the stuff with Aizawa interrogating Shirakumo. So.
Yeah, that's gonna be super weird. Even though it has kind of happened with other series mentioning like light novel stuff. It's interesting that it's like,
yeah, Black Clover did it.
Oh, Black Clover, because that confused me a lot. Where I was like, what's happening? But I feel like it worked in the manga, so maybe they'll just pad it out. They'll just move the flashback from Vigilantes to the anime.
Yeah, that could be a way to do it.
I don't know. Vigilantes, good. Any other thoughts on Vigilantes or the final arc?
Final arc, I don't know. I was just gonna say in general, it's got a different beat to the actual series, and I think people would like it if they haven't, read it so far.
And we've spoiled all of it for you.
I'm a lot more into it now than I was before these 3 chapters, so I'm glad about that.
I was like, to be honest, I think Captain Celebrity is when I started getting really into it, just because, I don't know, I just love Captain Celebrity.
I just remember the bee fight was when I was legit like, this is better than the main series. Oh, for like a little bit. That bit, it was just so exceptional that I was like,
yeah.
This is like, I guess that would be the moment where the manga, I most felt that it could stand on its own. Rather than being in my hero's shadow and kind of like relying on it for kind of it to be in this publication. But I think I guess I've seen some people being like, oh, Vigilantes is better than My Hero, and it's like they're different. And My Hero, like, I feel like does a better job of kind of getting you to like all the characters quicker. Well, Vigilantes, I was like,
and I also
yeah.
Yeah, I also think My Hero just has much stronger emotional beats to it. In all the really, really big moments, whereas I've only really had that with Vigilantes once, with that chapter I mentioned with Tsukauchi calling out for All Might to help, on quite the same level.
Gary, do you have any thoughts?
Yeah, I had read the first volume, and I didn't go back to it for quite a while, and then when I can't remember why I started, it might have been podcast related. I was hooked by the bee fight too. I mean, that you don't get much better than that. And to have such a strong female antagonist was really cool.
Yay, and now we get another one with Pop. So yay. So on that note, I think we're ready to start rounding it out. Hovin, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Hovin with an H. Check out my podcasts, Hovin's Hideaway. It's like a manga miscellaneous discussion thing. We recently talked about The Promised Neverland ending. And also check out Duckface Diaries, where me and my friend Wensleydale read through all of World Trigger volume by volume, and we're only 3 volumes in. So yeah, give that a look.
Nice. Perfect time to catch up. Gary, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Wrath of Giraffe.
Nice. Gary, where can we find you? Or James, where can we find you?
I was like, what?
Gary, again! Tell us again, Gary! With guts this time! Sorry.
Oh, that's funny. But you can find me on Twitter at @ThatOneWelderGuy. I also have the Kicking Stones podcast, a Dr. Stone manga read-through podcast. And this week we did something different. We went over the Boichi one-shot with the One Piece Day. That should be out here in a couple days, depending how lazy I am. But anyways. And the Weeb Jammin' podcast as well, where we finally recorded our Samurai Champloo episode, and it's out. And we're going to do Perfect Blue for August. So look forward to that, and you can follow that at Jammin' Weeb on Twitter.
Nice. I still need to finish Samurai Champloo. It's so good, but I watched it back when it was on Toonami, or it was the Canadian equivalent of. So I caught bits of it, and then I kind of fell off. But you can follow me on Twitter at Sniper of My Heart. I also am on another podcast at Haikyuu Pod. Haikyuu is over now. I think in a few days we're going to be recording celebrating the finale. There will be crying.
Oh no.
So, I don't know. And for the also she's not on this week, but definitely check out Sophie. You can follow her on Twitter at Chopper's Antlers. And for this podcast, you can follow us on Twitter at MHAPod. Email us at myheropod@gmail.com. You can also visit our website at mhapod.com. And I am trying to upload these episodes on YouTube. So I would say if you like YouTube, I don't know. I don't know. If you want a video as you watch it, something to look at, you can follow that on YouTube at My Hero Pod. And that's all she wrote. Go beyond!
Be Ultra!
Yeah!
This is My Hero Academia. This is manga news and more. Plus Ultra. Ooh, the My Hero Academia.